Hey guys, welcome to our first Q&A video. For the questions, I went online, I found some just generic, like a generic questionnaire. The rest of the questions are questions that you guys asked, either in the comments or you sent me messages or on Facebook. First, we're gonna start with the just generic questions I found online. First question, what is your middle name?
Mine is Anne. It's my mom's middle name and my grandma's middle name, and it's also Kira's middle name.
Mine is Joseph. I'm actually William Joseph Farrell the 8th. What would you or have you named your children? So we named our child Kira. Tell them your names that you want for future children.
I want the name Brody. When we were pregnant with, or when I was pregnant with Kira, I think our boy name was Max. We're leaning toward, well, I want Brody really, really bad. But I think
towards that.
But I think if we have a boy, it'll be Rhett, R-H-E-T-T. If we have another girl, right now I really like the name Ruby.
Don't steal our name. Girls' names, I don't really care that much about. Before we picked Kira, we were deciding between Harper and Kira. The only reason we went with Kira is because Harper was really, really popular. For a boy, I definitely do not like Brody, but Rachel doesn't like my name either. My name is Kit. She thinks that it's not masculine enough, but I have 3 cases that disprove that. 1, the guy who plays Jon Snow on Game of Thrones, his real name is Kit Harington. 2, if you ever watched Tailspin when you were a kid, there is a bear and he like surfs behind the plane. His name is Kit Cloud Kicker. That's like the coolest name. One more, this is a little bit more obscure, but for you Star Wars nerds, Kit Fisto. He's like a Jedi and he has like these green dread things and he can breathe underwater and his lightsaber works underwater. How can you not like the name Kit? What is your favorite book? I hate reading. I don't have a favorite book at all.
I like reading. I've read a lot of books, but nothing, I don't know, I can't really remember books after I read them. Except for Harry Potter, like I really liked Harry Potter.
Nerd.
I know.
What is your favorite color?
Pink.
I'm so boring. I just like gray.
Oh, I love gray too.
What is your favorite animal? I'm curious what you're gonna say.
You already know what mine is.
Oh, okay, yeah, I do.
What?
Ducks.
They're so cute. Except for I hate birds, like regular birds.
Mine is chimpanzees because they are like the closest to humans. Their genomes are like 98% identical to ours. And so they like behave like us, but they don't have to wear clothes. What is your favorite holiday? I really don't like holidays that much, but I do enjoy Halloween and Christmas. The reason I like those is because those are holidays for kids. Things for kids are way more fun than like Valentine's Day. Christmas and Halloween is about candy and toys.
I also like Halloween. I think my favorite season is fall, and since Halloween's in the fall. Have you ever been out of the country? Yes, I've been to Mexico, probably 3 or 4 different areas in Mexico, and then I've been to the Bahamas on a cruise.
I was actually born out of the country. I was born in Okinawa, Japan, but I was only there for a few months as a newborn. I don't know if that really counts. The only other time I've been out of the country is when we went on our honeymoon to Cancun. Do you have any siblings? Yes, I do. I have 1 brother and 1 sister, and both of them live in New York City.
I also have 1 brother and 1 sister, and they both live here in Austin.
What is your favorite store? I guess if you can say Amazon, I would say Amazon, but if it's like a physical store, I would have to say the Lego store. Don't laugh at me.
Mine is really obvious. Target. I love Target. I could live in Target. I love it so much. What are some of your favorite YouTubers? I've been watching YouTube for, I guess, 9 years. Basically because my sister introduced me to the Shay Tards channel. Shay Carl for sure is one of my favorite YouTubers. And then I also like Brittany and Baby. That's her channel name.
Famous YouTubers or YouTubers that have made it in my eyes, Casey Neistat and Ben Brown. They're probably the most influential. You can probably tell by watching some of my videos that I'm very inspired by them. But then I also like watching some smaller channels. So there's another Austin vlogger, her name is Carly. She actually inspired me to do this specific video. I will link her channel down below, and I'll link everybody's channels down below. I also really like watching, their channel is called The Youngs. They live in Scotland, and there's another family that I really like watching. Their channel name is Little Tuckets. They live in Australia. There are actually a ton of YouTube channels that I watch, but those I feel like I have the most like connection with.
What are some of your favorite TV shows? Right now, Game of Thrones, and even though it just ended and hopefully it'll get picked up somewhere else, I really like Nashville.
Game of Thrones we watched together. Daredevil, we really like that show. Oh, and another one we watched together is Walking Dead.
Oh yeah, I like Walking Dead too.
But my all-time favorite show is definitely The X-Files. I am actually watching it again for like the third or fourth time. I just love watching all the episodes. How tall are you?
Or short.
We've never actually addressed this on the vlog. All right,
well,
how tall are you?
I am 5'10".
And 3/4.
Oh,
she tells people that she's 5'10" and 3/4.
No, I just tell
she
people
doesn't want to
5'10".
say. No, okay.
You're
just in denial about 5'11". I am 5'3". I am short Filipino boy, and that's fine. But we do look odd together sometimes. She can't wear heels.
I don't even know how to walk in heels. I've never worn heels in my life.
I should probably learn how to wear heels. Do you have any pets? Yes, we have a dog named Desi. Okay, so that's all the questions from the just generic list that I found online. All the rest of these are questions that you guys sent me. First question, what is your real job and do they know that you vlog? My real job is...
computers.
I'm a network engineer, but I'm also an automation engineer. I do some scripting and programming, and those scripts and programs interact with network equipment. It's really hard to explain my job, especially because like titles at my job are so loose. Just, yeah, computers. I do computers. And yes, they do know that I vlog. I have made a few videos for the company, just for like our Austin office, and I send them out, and there are a few people who are subscribed to my channel.
So my real job, I am a preschool teacher. I work part-time in the morning, and I work with 2.5 to 3.5-year-olds, so my job's pretty fun. Just kidding, I love it. And they do know that we vlog. What
inspired me to start vlogging? So, a few things. When I saw a lot of newer YouTubers kind of vlogging in like a cinematic style, that made me realize that like I am kind of more interested in shooting a vlog in that style. Also, and this is the main reason, if you go back on my channel and look at some of the older movies, I've always made movies. I don't know how old the oldest one is, but I've got like our honeymoon, I've got some like Kira being born, and I've always shot video. So what was happening was I was shooting all this video and then I would just put it on my computer and I would never do anything with it. So I thought that committing myself to vlogs by saying to everybody, hey, I'm gonna make vlogs now, that would kind of force me to make videos at some regular interval. You know, right now that's about 2 videos a week. What are your YouTube goals?
So I don't know what his goals would be, but I think goals as far as like our family and how this would progress and, you know, what would come out of it would be just making memories. Something that we can look back on and Kira can look back on, and just fun things for us to watch and remember and just enjoy in the future.
Yeah, that for me too. My goal with YouTube has always just been to have fun. Before I did the little family movies and the vlogging, I just made cover song videos, and I never asked people to subscribe or anything. I just put them out there. It was just for me to have fun, a creative outlet. That's always gonna be the main goal. The secondary goal that I have right now is to just not go crazy, because I feel like I'm putting a lot of time into this and I'm like losing sleep. So I just want to be able to keep doing this as long as possible without going crazy. If you became popular on YouTube, would you quit your job and pursue the YouTube life? Would I quit my job? Maybe, but it wouldn't be to just do YouTube full time. If I became a like well-known personality on YouTube, I would try to swing that into an opportunity to get into like professional video work. That is what I would really, really enjoy doing. But I wouldn't just quit my job and do YouTube full time. I would probably find a different type of job.
So if he became so popular on YouTube, it would be nice to be able to stay home full time. I do really like my job, and I like being out of the house 4 days a week and having, you know, a purpose. But, you know, if he was doing things and we were able to travel or do stuff like that, it would be really fun to be able to be along for the ride, I guess.
If you never go viral, will you still post weekly for fun and for many years to come? Yeah, so it's always for fun. I will keep doing it for fun as long as possible. The subscriber counts and the dollar amounts I don't really have goals there. I'm very, very thankful for everybody that watches, and I love to see those new subscribers come in, but that's not really why I do it. How did we meet?
I think he wants me to answer this because he doesn't remember.
Wait, what?
He was two of my best friends' boss when they worked at a store, and we all hung out one night all together as a group and went downtown at a bar in Austin, maybe a couple bars, and we were just hanging out and
just became friends. Yeah. And we were friends for a long time before it progressed into an actual romantic relationship.
Yeah, it was probably a year or a year and a half before anything, because I was like, I would never date him because he's too short. But we were best friends for a while. What is your favorite personality trait about each other? I said that he is smart and funny. Sometimes. Sometimes it's funny, it's not funny.
You have a much better answer. I said just the fact that she's like very organized and a planner. I am also that way, and that just like keeps your life together, you know?
We're very type A.
Yeah, whenever you know like exactly what you're gonna do, and like we have our dinners for the week written out on the board over there. All of Kira's like scheduling and everything is all done by her, and it just works out perfectly. Okay, this is kind of similar to a question we already answered. What are your favorite shows everyone needs to binge watch ASAP? So I already said the X-Files. Another one that we watched together that we really like was 6 Feet Under. Michael C. Hall from Dexter was actually on 6 Feet Under before he did Dexter, and it's just a really, really good show.
I said X-Files too, just because that's what we're binge watching right now. And when I was a kid, I was really scared of that show, so I never watched it.
What place do you want to travel to?
I would like to travel to a lot of different places in Europe. And then I would also like to go to Australia, but I'm kind of scared of like bugs.
I really want to go to Ireland. That's where my dad's side of the family is from. I also want to go to Scotland, and I really want to go to Japan because the 3 months I was there as a newborn, I didn't really see much.
If you could travel back in time to any era, which would you choose? I said 1920s. I've always been really I've always been really fascinated with that era. I just really like it. It would be fun. As long as you're rich.
Dinosaur times. If we're just gonna say we can go back to any time, I'm gonna say dinosaur times, specifically the Jurassic period. This question is from my dad. What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? Unfortunately, I cannot answer this unless I know if it's an African or a European swallow. That's a Monty Python reference. If you don't know that, you should go watch Monty Python and the Holy Grail. What is the hardest thing about parenting you've experienced so far? I think that it's just whenever Kira gets sick or like hurt.
That's what I said.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I said everything's mostly been fun. It hasn't been too hard.
I think we've been really, really lucky. But whenever she gets sick or she like, you know, bumps her head or something like that, like she just doesn't deserve it. She's learning to walk, like you're gonna get hurt. And she gets sick because she's just around other little dirty kids. It's never her fault, but she still has to like go through that, you know, pain and discomfort, and I just really, really hate it. It's really hard for me to see her like that. What has been your scariest parenting moment? Again, we've been pretty lucky, no crazy stuff so far. If we can count Kira being brought into the world, I would say that is probably the scariest moment. We did not know that Rachel was in labor. She was actually in labor for several hours at our house. By the time that we got to the hospital, I think we got there and then like 45 minutes later she was delivered. We checked into the hospital at around 9:15 and then Kira was born at 10:07. Also, when we got in the car to go to the hospital, the car wouldn't start. So we had to like take everything that we had packed and throw it into the other car and take that car to the hospital instead. Okay, these are the last two questions and they kind of go together. How old is Kira and do you plan on having more children? And do you want to have more kids? If so, how many? If not, why?
Kira is 16 months. We would like to have one more kid. Originally, I wanted 4, and then we agreed on 3. And after we had Kira, we changed that to 2.
And even like when we're gonna have the second one is kind of in the air because Kira's just at an age now where she's really, really fun. And if we were to have another newborn right now, it would prohibit us from doing a lot of fun things with Kira because we would just have to like stay home so often because newborns just require so much.
It's more about us being selfish and wanting time with Kira,
but it's also about being able to provide
yeah.
For those kids, you know. If like originally I also wanted to have 3 or 4 kids, but then you start stretching your finances. And yes, you could find a way to make it work, but I don't want to have to struggle to be a parent. I want to be able to provide each kid with everything that they need.
And the other thing is like your kids don't outnumber you. So I feel like there's always like one kid per parent or, you know, they have each other.
All right, guys. Well, that was our first Q&A. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you everybody who gave us questions. If you have a question that we didn't answer, go ahead and leave it at any time on any video. We'll collect them, and when we have enough, then we'll do another Q&A hopefully in the future. So thanks again, and thanks for watching. Bye guys.